My roots in Douaouda. My name is Amina, and I was born in a small coastal town called Douaouda in Algeria. Life was never easy, but it was full of love, hard work, and quiet moments that shaped who I am today. My parents were farmers, simple, honest people who believed in earning their bread through the sweat of their brow. From the time I could walk, I was part of the team. I helped my father dig rows in the earth, planted seeds with my mother, and eventually learned how to carry baskets of tomatoes, carrots, and zucchini to the market. Every day before sunrise, we loaded our produce onto a wooden cart and pushed it through the narrow, dusty streets to the market. I loved watching the town slowly wake up as we set up our little stall. My mother always arranged the vegetables beautifully, with colors that could make anyone stop and smile. I remember being so proud when customers complimented her display. But deep inside, even as a child, I knew I wanted more. Not more money or a bigger house, but more words, more knowledge, more ideas. I had fallen in love with English the day I found a tattered old book of English poems at a flea market. I couldn't understand most of it then, but I was enchanted. Balancing books and baskets. I was lucky. My parents, despite their limited education, believed in mine. Every day, I attended school after helping with the farm. I was often exhausted, and my classmates didn't understand why my hands were calloused or why I smelled faintly of onions. But I didn't care. I was determined. My favorite subject was English. I would memorize entire paragraphs just to recite them out loud at home. I used to teach myself by copying words into a notebook, translating them with an old French-English dictionary my cousin gave me. When I started secondary school, one of my teachers noticed my dedication and began lending me novels, starting with Charlotte's Web. As my English improved, I began dreaming of going to university. I wanted to study English literature and eventually teach. My parents were hesitant at first, who would help them at the market. But when I earned a full scholarship to the University of Algiers, they cried. I think it was the first time I saw my father weep. Struggles in the city. Algiers was beautiful and overwhelming. I arrived with one suitcase, a few books, and a dream. At first, everything felt strange, the noise, the pace, the freedom. University life was difficult. I struggled to understand the professors' accents, and I was constantly translating in my head. I also had very little money. To survive, I relied on skills from home. I started making jam from leftover fruit in the markets and selling it in glass jars. At first, it was just for pocket money, but soon, my roommates and even some of my classmates started buying from me. One professor asked where I had learned such entrepreneurial spirit, and I told him, from the fields of Douaouda. Word spread that I was good at English and kind in my explanations. Students from other departments began asking for help. I started tutoring on the weekends for small fees. It wasn't much, but it kept me going. I used that money to buy more books, sometimes secondhand, sometimes photocopied. The digital discovery. In my third year of university, everything changed. A pandemic forced all of us indoors. Classes moved online, and I watched as so many struggled to adjust, but for me, this was an opportunity. I saw how technology could be used to reach students anywhere. I started recording my own videos, grammar tips, pronunciation exercises, reading practice. I uploaded them on YouTube with basic subtitles. The response was slow at first, but then people started commenting. They appreciated how I explained things in simple terms. Some were Algerians, others were from Morocco, Egypt, and even Indonesia. I was shocked. I opened a Facebook page and offered live sessions once a week. By the end of the year, I had over 5,000 followers. I wasn't earning money yet, but I had purpose. When I graduated, I didn't apply for a traditional teaching job. Instead, I invested in a second-hand laptop, a better microphone, and continued building my online English classroom. Growing beyond borders. Within 2 years, I had students from 14 different countries. I created courses, recorded lessons, and even coached people for IELTS. I remember one student from Bangladesh who cried when she passed her speaking exam. She said, "I felt like I was talking to my sister." That made me realize I wasn't just teaching English. I was giving people confidence, connection, and sometimes even hope. I introduced cultural elements into my lessons, Algerian expressions, poetry, idioms from Arabic, and French influence in North Africa. People loved it. Eventually, I began to earn enough to support my parents. I bought them a new cart for the market, then helped them upgrade to a small van. They still sell vegetables, but now it's by choice, not necessity. Full circle. Last year, I visited my old high school and offered a free English workshop. When I told the students my story, they looked surprised. I didn't blame them. To them, I was a woman in a headscarf with a laptop, talking about prepositions and tenses. But when I told them I used to sell onions at the market before school, they leaned forward. They saw themselves in me. I've since opened an English learning center in Douaouda. It's small, but it's beautiful. We have 6 laptops, stable internet, and most importantly, hope. My dream is to one day open similar centers in villages across Algeria. Looking back, I'm proud. I'm still learning every day, still teaching, and still recording lessons at night. I will never forget the scent of tomatoes at dawn, or the chill of morning fog on my fingers. But now, I teach English online, and I help others grow their dreams, just like I grew mine. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more real English stories. Tell us in the comments, what's your dream? Want to learn English in a simple, natural way? This channel is for you.